Hey guys, I'm happy that you are here. My name is Bechoy and I am your plantito from Mindanao. Tara at samahan niyo ako sa aking plant journey. To those who are new to this channel, especially sa mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, please click on our subscribe button and pag-click na rin ang ating bell notification para maging updated kayo sa mga latest uploads ng Bechoy Vlog. And also guys, please follow me on our other social media accounts. So that's aside from YouTube, we have a Facebook page, and our page is Bechoy Vlog, and we also have an IG account, and our ID is Bechoy_vlog, and let's talk about plants. So for our episode today guys, this will be a garden tour, and I will be showing to you my Monstera and Anthurium collections. So this is actually a part of our garden tour series, and previously I've already showcased my Alocasia and my philodendron collections, and this time, ang bibigyan naman natin ng spotlight ay ang ating mga Anthurium and Monstera collections. Now, you might be wondering kung bakit sinabay ko yung dalawa nating Anthurium and Monstera collections. And that is because kukonti pa lang yung aking mga Monstera and Anthurium ng mga collections. So that is why, pag-join lang natin sila sa episode na ito. And some of you might be familiar also that we only have a few varieties of Monsteras and Anthuriums. And considering na medyo kukonti nga lang yung kanilang mga varieties, we can also expect na medyo pricey din sila in every variety. So that is why, paisa-isa lang muna akong mag-collect ng mga Monstera and Anthuriums. So to start off our garden tour today, we will begin with our Anthurium collections at samahan niyo ako sa section na ito kung saan nakalagay most of my Anthuriums. And by the way, yung mga plants ko pala, I do not necessarily group them all together in one family in one section. So depende again kung ano yung kanilang needs in terms of lighting and yung sa watering, kung tolerant sila sa rain or hindi. So pero ngayon, in this area here, meron tayo ditong mga iilan ng ating mga Anthurium collections. So first in our list is our Anthurium Crystal Hope. And sa ngayon guys, andito na siya, meron siyang 3 dahon. And actually, isa ito sa mga favorite ko na mga Anthuriums, and I have a bit of a story about this one. I got this one from Leyte early this year, I think, and then actually I have a very sad experience with this one kasi nung dumating dito, umabot siya ng around 8 days before ko siya nakuha, so that was really a long time. And then what happened was that nasunog na yung ating Crystal Hope. Dapat meron na siyang 2 malalaking dahon, but yun nga nangyari, nasunog siya, so wala nang natira ng dahon nung umabot na siya dito. So I had to grow this one from the start pa para na lang siyang naging node cutting kasi wala na talaga siyang dahon. And I'm still happy kasi ngayon nakapag-produce na siya ng 3 mga dahon. So to describe our Crystal Hope na Anthurium guys, this has this feel pa rin yung kanyang texture, same with any other na mga Anthuriums na may pagka-hard and then may pagka-green yung kanyang mga color. But yung nagpapaiba sa ating Crystal Hope is because of its veins. So yung ating Crystal Hope, it has this thick detail sa kanyang mga veins. So that's why tinawag siya na Crystal Hope. It's because of the crystal-like structure sa kanyang mga veins. So if we try to focus them on a close-up or a closer look, makikita natin na meron dito mga crystal-like structures na nagre-reflect. And I got this one at the price of 2,800 pesos. And actually guys, meron akong 2 previous na malalaki na Crystal Hope, but I had to sell them para maka-acquire ako ng mga panibagong plants. And then, actually sa mga na-observe ko ngayon, itong mga Crystal Hopes natin, yung mga pricing niya, hindi talaga siya nagde-depreciate. Medyo consistent pa rin yung kanyang mga pricing as compared to last year. So that's it for our Crystal Hope, and now let's proceed to our second Anthurium. At isa din ito sa aking mga favorites, which is our Anthurium Radicans. So ito guys, have a closer look dito sa ating Anthurium na Radicans. So ngayon, it has only a single leaf. So aside from this bigger one guys, actually meron din akong isang mother plant na rin na Anthurium Radicans. Ito na siya ngayon, nakapag-produce na siya ng 2 separate growth points. So meron na siyang 2 saha. And I'm just waiting na makapag-produce pa siya ng mga additional na mga dahon para malipat natin ito in a bigger pot soon. So to best describe our Anthurium Radicans, at a start, mag-uumpisa siyang medyo color brown yung kanyang mga dahon until eventually magla-light green, at kapag naging mature na yung mga dahon ng ating Radicans, nagiging dark green na ito. And regards with the texture also of our Anthurium Radicans, kapag fully mature na ito guys, nagiging hard na yung kanyang mga dahon, medyo matigas talaga siya at makapal. And then you can feel dito sa ating mga sa kanyang surface na kanyang dahon, it's not smooth. Meron talaga tayong mafe-feel na medyo may mga bukol-bukol dito. So unlike our other Anthuriums guys, that they are known for their venations, details sa kanyang mga veins, itong ating Anthurium Radicans, this is known for the texture of its leaves. And with regards of the pricing naman nito, actually hindi ko na maalala kung magkano yung bili ko nito sa ating mother na Radicans, but this is already a propagation. So hopefully, madagdagan pa yung ating mga Radicans soon. So let's move forward. Next naman sa ating Radicans ay ating napaka-cute pa na mga Anthurium na foliage. So ngayon guys, meron ako ipapakita sa inyo ng foliage. So, actually, I have little pots of these, mga tatlong napaka-cute na mga Anthurium foliage. So ngayon, mga juvenile pa lang ito because these are seedlings. So bigay lang ito sa akin from a very good friend of mine, also a plant collector. So sa ngayon, hindi pa natin ma-fully appreciate yung ating Anthurium foliage. And by the way guys, this is a variegated foliage guys. So maybe some of you are familiar na medyo dumarami at nagiging hit na rin ito ngayon, nagiging trending na rin siya kasi napakarami na rin mga sellers na nagbebenta nito ngayon. And with regards of the pricing naman ng ating mga Anthurium foliage, I have seen na may nagpo-post or nagbebenta sa online ranging from around 12,000 to 13,000 sa mga adult size na ng mga foliage natin na variegated. And by the way, this is the variegated one. So yung kanyang mga color, eventually magiging may mga white or mga yellow siya ng mga markings as it matures. And aside from this one, we also have another foliage na tricolor. At yan naman, meron siyang pink na mga color combinations. So let's return our Anthurium foliage na variegated and let's proceed to our next Anthurium. And this one naman, isa din ito sa mga favorites ko last year. This is our Anthurium macrolobium. Actually guys, dati I was confused with this one because I previously identified this one as Pedatoria diatom, but then again I realized na mali pala yung pagka-ID ko. And this is our macrolobium, yung Pedatoria diatom naman. It actually has some similar sa kanyang mga dahon, pero medyo maninipis or thin yung kanyang mga dahon as compared with this one na medyo malalapad. Minsan tinatawag din itong angel wings na Anthurium. I think the best way to describe our macrolobium is that it has this very unique na design sa kanyang dahon na may mga curve and mga lobes dito. And with regards of the texture naman ng ating macrolobium, it has the same feels with our other na mga Anthuriums na medyo matigas. But then ito, wala siya masyadong detail sa kanyang mga veins. And what makes our macrolobium unique as compared with our other na mga Anthuriums is the shape of its leaves. So dito guys, makikita talaga natin na kakaiba yung kanyang mga shape as compared with the usual heart shape na mga Anthuriums. So I got this one at the price of 1,800 pesos early this year, and that time meron pala siyang mga dalawang dahon, and then sa ngayon meron na siyang apat. Well, actually, meron siyang dapat na pang-5 na dahon. Yung kanyang pinakalumang dahon ay nag-give up na niya. So now guys, let's proceed further sa ating mga Anthurium collections. At ang next naman na ipapakita ko sa inyo ay isa sa pinakauna ko ng mga Anthurium collections. And I think this is also one of the most common na mga Anthuriums. And that is our Anthurium na magnificum. So sa ngayon, andito na siya sa gitna ng aking garden, just below our Borsigiana, kasi kakalipat lang natin ito dati. And then sa ngayon guys, meron na siyang napakaraming dahon. In fact, meron na siyang 5 dahon, and then yung kanyang pang-5 is itong napaka-cute pa at medyo juvenile pa na dahon. And so to better appreciate our magnificum guys, let's have a closer look here, and then let me just have a comparison here on the size of my hand with the size of its leaves. So ngayon, napakalaki na ng kanyang mga dahon. So lalagay ko dito yung aking kamay guys, so just try to see that. It's more than double the size of my hand. So ganun na siya kalaki. And I really love the texture of our Anthurium magnificum because it's really very sturdy, and then napakaganda din ng shape, yung kanyang heart shape na mga dahon. So even if our magnificum is considered as one of the most common ng mga Anthuriums, hindi din naman ito nagpapahuli in terms of details and beauty niya. So makikita natin na very prominent din yung kanyang mga veins. Makikita talaga natin dito na may mga details yung kanyang mga veins. And if we try to look at its newest leaf, so sa ngayon guys, actually kakalabas lang nito these past few days. So I think less than a week pa lang ito lumabas. So it starts as yung medyo may pagka reddish brown until eventually maging mature ito, magta-transition ito to medyo light green until na mag-mature na siya na ganito na yung kanyang magiging kulay. And I got my Anthurium magnificum last year pa. I think it was in the month of September, October, and it was just priced at 250 pesos. So it's really affordable. So kung baguhan pa lang kayo sa pagko-collect ng mga plants and you also love anthuriums, I really recommend yung ating mga magnificum to be part of your collection kasi number one, they're very easy to take care. And then number two, they are very affordable and you can find them easily sa ating mga plant markets. So let's move further naman sa ating mga anthurium collections and let me just get our next anthurium. And this one, this is our Anthurium clarinervium. So sa ngayon, napaka-cute niya pa guys. And I really love this Anthurium clarinervium natin kasi although we can see some similarities with our magnificum, but itong ating clarinervium, in terms of the shape of its leaves, mas defined yung kanyang pagiging heart as compared with the magnificum. So, dito ma-appreciate natin na napaka-cute at napaka-chubby ng kanyang pagiging heart shape na mga dahon. And also, if we compare the details of the veins of our clarinervium with our magnificum, itong ating clarinervium guys, makikita natin na napaka-detail ng kanyang mga veins. So dito, may napakaraming veins dito and I think mako-compare ko ito sa isang turtle back kung saan makikita natin na may napakaraming mga square shape dun sa likod ng mga turtle. So ito ang ating clarinervium guys. I believe this is a locally grown lang kasi yung kanyang color medyo may pagka light green lang. And I have seen some other varieties of clarinervium, the ones especially from Holland, and they are the ones na called na dark form because medyo dark talaga yung kanyang pagka green as compared with this. And I got this clarinervium at the price of 3,000 pesos from a good friend of mine, Sir Gavin. Also guys, I have this one observations with my anthurium ng mga plants. I think they are one of the slow grower talaga ng mga plants because hindi talaga sila mabilis magbigay ng mga panibagong dahon. But once you get the hang of it and then you just take care of them, minsan hindi mo lang namamalayan, nakakapagbigay na pala sila ng mga dahon and then dun mo na sila talaga ma-fully appreciate. So, let me return my clarinervium dito and then I will be sharing with you yung pinaka-last na anthurium ko in my collection. At ito na yung, I think, pinakamalaki ko na anthurium. Let me just get them. Actually, medyo mag-aalan to kasi yung soil mix naman natin is made up of mostly mga coco peat and coco cubes. So, this is our Anthurium sirga. I can actually see na may traces siya ng pagka Radicans because of the color of its leaves and the shape of its leaves. Wala nga lang siyang detailed katulad ng ating mga Radicans na may mga curvy dito sa kanyang mga veins. But I can really see na meron siyang traces of Radicans sa kanyang details ng kanyang mga dahon. So sa ngayon guys, meron na siyang 5 dahon and then yung kanyang pinakabagong dahon, ito'y medyo color brown pa yung kanyang color and then hindi pa ito fully mature. And now to describe the leaves of our sirga, again, meron siyang similarities with that of our Radicans. Yung kanyang color, medyo may pagka dark green. And yung kanyang mga veins naman, makakikita tayo ng mga details, very light details lang on its veins. But ako kasi, yung appreciate ko talaga dito with our sirga is that they have this enormous and gigantic na mga dahon. So, I really love that detail sa ating sirga. So, ito namang ating sirga, I got this one at the price of 6,500 some few months ago. And that time, meron pa lang siyang 2 dahon at isang papalabas na dahon. So sa ngayon, meron na siyang 5 dahon. And I think, nakakapag-produce siya ng mga dahon in less than 2 months. So mga 6 to 8 weeks, nagpuproduce siya ng isang dahon. So that's it for our Anthurium collections guys. And now let's proceed naman sa ating next group of plants, which is our Monstera group of plants. So let's start with our first na Monstera na may feature ngayon. At ito yung ating napaka-cute na Monstera Peru. So ito, actually kaka-feature lang natin ito from our previous vlogs, yung ating mga trailing plants. At ito, ipapakita ko na naman sa inyo yung ating trailing na Monstera Peru. So to describe our Monstera Peru, actually I can see some similarities with that of our Radicans in terms of the textures and the details of its leaves. Except lang for the size kasi yung mga Peru natin, hindi naman talaga ito lumalaki with that size na katulad ng mga Radicans. So ganito lang siya kaliliit. Lalaki pa ito ng konti pero not really that big. So sa ngayon, makikita natin na nag-trail na yung ating Monstera Peru sa ating pole. And isang information din pala regarding our Peru, unlike any other Monsteras na meron mga fenestrations or holes, yung ating Peru naman wala siyang ganun na trademark sa kanyang mga dahon. So, looking at the details of our Monstera Peru guys, kung hawakan natin yung kanyang mga dahon, it has that hard feeling or hard texture sa kanyang mga dahon. And then sa ngayon, this is already my mother na Monstera Peru and nakailang propagate na rin ako nito. So sa ngayon guys, yung kanyang pinakabagong growth point, which is this one, yung kanyang saha, meron na siyang 2 dahon at siguro kapag lumabas na yung kanyang pangatlong dahon, ika-cut ko na naman ito. So itong ating Monstera Peru, I got this one at the price of 500 pesos. 3 leaves pa lang siya that time. And I think I got this one late last year ng mga month of December. So 3 leaves pa lang siya that time guys, after few months. Ngayon nagte-trail na siya at napakabilis talaga niya mag-produce ng mga dahon. So ganun sila ka-rewarding. So next na kukunin ko na Monstera guys is our Monstera adansonii. And again, this is considered to be one of the most common na mga Monsteras. At kung plant collector ka na nag-umpisa pa lang, I highly recommend na ito yung kunin nyo kasi they're very easy to take care naman and then very rewarding naman in terms of leaf production. So sa ngayon, nag-trail na siya dito and then meron na siyang 8 dahon. And by the way, this is already my mother plant, so nakailang propagate na rin ako nito. So, to describe our Monstera adansonii, it has the trademark na mga holes sa kanyang mga dahon, sa gitna na kanyang mga dahon. And sometimes, tinatawag din itong Swiss cheese na Monstera. So, I got my Monstera adansonii last year pa guys. It was very affordable lang at the price of 250 pesos. Meron na siyang 4 na dahon. And I think at this point, napaka-affordable pa rin ang ating mga adansonii. So, that is why I highly recommend them para sa mga plant beginners lang. Kasi, they're very affordable, they are fast growers, and then they're very easy to take care lang din. So sa ngayon, I've already introduced a pole here kasi nag-start na siyang mag-trail. So it's very good na lagyan talaga natin na siya ng pole para makapag-support sa kanyang growth at makapag-produce na siya ng mga malalaking mga dahon. So ito naman guys, yung ating Monstera esqueleto. And don't be confused lang with our adansonii because actually they kinda look similar. Pero, this is identified as our Monstera esqueleto. Now, let me just compare them side by side para ma-appreciate nyo talaga yung kanyang differences. So, dito guys, makikita natin in terms of the details of the holes of our esqueleto, it's really different with that of our adansonii. Yung ating esqueleto, it has this elongated na mga holes. And if you can see here, meron siyang mga eyes malapit sa kanyang veins. And then after our eyes, meron naman siyang another hole naman. So, unlike our adansonii na iisa lang yung kanyang mga holes from the veins papunta doon sa tip ng mga dahon. So ito guys, ay papakita ko sa inyo yung isang clear difference ng ating esqueleto as compared with the adansonii. So sa part na ito, makikita natin sa edge ng kanyang dahon na may napaka-thin na lang na part ng dahon na natira. So ganyan yung mga esqueleto natin at hindi mo ito makikita sa mga adansonii. And by the way, yung ating esqueleto pala, this is considered as a rare na Monstera. So, it's kind of pricey. And ito, I got this at a price of 6,000 pesos. Meron pa lang siyang 6 na dahon. And by the way, yung ating esqueleto din pala, this is also a fast-growing na Monstera. And ngayon guys, papakita ko na naman sa inyo yung ating isang napakalaki na Monstera, and that is our Monstera deliciosa borsigiana. So I really mentioned the deliciosa guys kasi this is actually still a deliciosa but a borsigiana, identified as borsigiana. So di ko na lang siya kukunin kasi medyo mahirap na siyang kunin at saka napakataas na niya. So let's just have a closer look ng ating borsigiana. So ngayon guys, nagsi-start na siyang mag-trail. And actually I'm having second thoughts in propagating this one kasi sooner aabot na ito doon sa ating gardenet at saka baka madamage na yung kanyang mga dahon. So I am contemplating kung ipopropagate ko ba ito or hindi or leave it as is. Time will tell lang kung ika-cut ko na ba ito. So what is the main difference ba between our regular na Monstera deliciosa and our borsigiana? Doon lang natin sila malalaman kapag naging mature na yung ating mga plant. For the borsigiana, we can clearly see na yung kanyang growth, yung kanyang pattern of growth is somewhat vertical. Yung ating deliciosa naman, yung regular deliciosa, it's medyo pahaba or horizontal yung kanyang growth. So, kapag naging mature na sila, doon na talaga natin sila ma-identify separately. But if you look at its leaves, yung kanyang fenestrations, yung kanyang mga holes, they have the same talaga guys. Even the sizes of the leaves, medyo similar lang talaga sila. So, the only difference you can see is with its growth pattern. And for my borsigiana, I got this one as a gift from a good friend of mine. And in terms of pricing naman, hindi sila nagkakalayo with that of our regular na Monstera deliciosa. So earlier guys, naipakita natin yung ating Monstera na borsigiana. This time naman, isi-share ko sa inyo yung ating Monstera deliciosa. para ma-appreciate natin yung differences between these two na mga monsteras. So as I've mentioned earlier, yung ating Monstera deliciosa, they have the same details, the shapes of its leaves, yung kanyang mga fenestrations and holes sa kanyang mga dahon. It's really similar to that of our Borsigiana, especially with the mature size na. Yung main difference na makikita natin ng ating deliciosa as compared with the Borsigiana is with its growth pattern. So dito, makikita natin na medyo maiikli or short yung distances in between each leaf or each node. As compared with the Borsigiana na mahahaba yung mga distances in between nodes or each leaf. And in terms of the growth pattern naman, yung ating Borsigiana, medyo pa-vertical or pahaba yung kanyang growth pattern. With our deliciosa, we can see na medyo slanting or pa-horizontal yung kanyang growth point. So this is very clear na makikita natin na medyo slanting yung kanyang growth pattern. And in terms of the care tips naman guys, magkaparehos lang talaga silang dalawa, walang big difference. So the next Monstera na ipapakita ko sa inyo guys is our Monstera Peru Variegated. So earlier na ipakita natin yung Monstera Peru na regular or yung green form lang. So this time naman, isi-share ko sa inyo yung aking Monstera Peru na Variegated. So let's have a closer look of our Monstera Peru. Similar talaga sila with the regular na Peru lang, yung kanyang mga dahon, details sa kanyang mga dahon, even the texture and the color of its leaves. Ito lang, meron siya mga yellow na mga variegations. So to better appreciate our Monstera Peru guys, na variegated, yung kanyang mga variegations, the cream or yung mga albo na mga colors, makikita lang natin siya sa mga nag-mature na ng mga dahon. So it's very obvious na kapag mature na yung kanyang mga dahon, just like this one. We can see the yellow patch here sa kanyang tip ng dahon for the mature leaf. So if we try to look at its second leaf, ito siya guys, hindi pa siya fully mature, but then we can already see na meron siyang more than half moon na variegations dito. So ito yung part na may mga yellow, and this part here, yung color green naman. For the newest leaf naman, yung pinakabata na dahon, hindi pa talaga natin ma-appreciate yung kanyang mga variegations. But for this one, I think meron din namang napakalaking patch dito na yellow. I think sa part na ito, covered siya ng yellow variegations. And then on this part, andito yung color green na dahon. So for our Monstera Peru na Variegated, I got this one some 2 months ago. I think almost 2 months na ata. And then that time, 1 leaf pa lang siya guys at the price of 6,500. So sa ngayon, in almost 2 months of taking care of it, nakapag-produce na siya ng 2 dahon. And I consider this one as a fast grower then plant, even though na this is a variegated plant. So sa ngayon, I've already added here some cocoa peat kasi nakakita na ako ng mga aerial roots sa part na ito. So naglagay na ako ng additional cocoa peat para mas yung mga aerial roots sa part na yon, makakakuha na rin sila ng mga nutrients from the soil mix. And I also consider this one as a good investment plant kasi number 1, fast grower sila. And then at this point, hindi talaga bumababa or mabilis mag-depreciate yung kanyang pricing. So sa plant market, they are being sold as a per leaf basis. So usually nasa mga 6,500 to 7,500 yung price niya per leaf. So siguro for this one, we can already sell this one at the price of 20,000 pesos. But hindi ko ito ibebenta guys because this is for safekeeping and later na lang siguro natin ipopropagate kapag naging trailing na siya. Ngayon naman guys, andito tayo sa ating nursery and ICU area kasi yung next na Monstera na ma-feature natin ay currently naka-ICU. So this one, I don't know if you can identify it at this very moment. This is our Monstera Borsigiana albo. So siguro, you can read my mind na and see na medyo nakakasad yung status na ating Monstera Borsigiana albo kasi nag-start na siyang Manila. And to tell you guys a little bit of backstory lang with my Monstera albo na Borsigiana, I got this one from bartering one of my plants, and that is our Monstera adansonii Indonesian var, or also known as Monstera adansonii var mint. So nakuha ko ito some 3 weeks ago, and then when it arrived here, medyo may na-notice ako na there's really something wrong with the plant kasi nagiging droopy or matamlay na siya. I don't feel naman na intention talaga nung pinang-barteran ko nito na scam ako or whatsoever because we have known each other for quite some time na rin, and then I've sold some plants to her, and then nakuha na rin ako ng mga plants sa kanya. So I really don't feel any intentions na mang-scam siya. Siguro nga lang, sir, there are certain lapses lang na nangyari, hindi lang siguro nakita kaagad. So meron talagang problema yung ating root system ng ating Monstera Borsigiana albo. So when I noticed that there was something wrong with our Monstera albo, I immediately uprooted them and checked on sa kanyang roots. And then true enough, nakita ko nga na may mga problema nga yung ating root system. And I have seen na nagsistart na siyang mag-root rot. So I immediately informed the owner of this one, yung pinambarteran ko ng plant. And then in-acknowledge naman niya. So sabi niya, sige, just take care of it at this point. And papalitan niya lang soon kapag nakapag-propagate na naman siya ng panibagong Monstera albo. So that's it muna guys for our Monstera albo. So let's just move on na lang muna at this point para hindi na tayo masad. This time naman guys, let me share with you my Monstera pinnatapartita. And sa ngayon, napakalaki na ng kanyang mga dahon and then nag-start na rin siya maging trailing. And by the way, nakailang propagate na rin ako nito. So sa ngayon guys, actually, hindi pa ito fully mature na size ng ating pinatipartita kasi malalaman na natin kung nagiging mature na sila when they already have holes on their leaves. So, if we try to look at it, medyo may similarity sila in terms of the texture and the details of its leaves with that of our Peru. Pero yung mga Peru natin, medyo maliliit lang sila and they will not have those holes sa kanyang gitna ng kanyang mga dahon upon maturity. So, for our mother plant na Peru, meron na siyang dalawang separate growth points dito. This is the first one, this is the second one, and then actually nakailang propagate na rin ako nito with our Monstera Peru. And this one, I got this from bartering lang one of my plants. And guys, let's now proceed to our last Monstera sa ating plant collection. And this is our Monstera Thai Constellation. So talagang pinaglas ko ito kasi ito ay isa sa aking wishlist. So let's have a closer look of our Monstera Thai Constellation. So, maybe you're already familiar kung bakit Thai Constellation yung kanyang pangalan. It's primarily because of the splashes na mga variegation sa kanyang mga dahon, which is somewhat similar to a star system. So for our Thai cons guys, meron na siya mga mature leaves dito. So ito yung first leaf niya na may mga fenestrations pa lang. And then if you try to look at its second leaf, kakakita na tayo ng mga holes sa gitna ng kanyang mga dahon. And by the way, our Thai Constellation pala, this is considered to be a stable na variegated plant. So ang mangyayari is that on every leaf ng ating Thai cons, makakakita talaga tayo ng mga variegations or splashes. Honestly guys, I'm really in love with our Thai Constellation kasi I really feel na this is a standout na plant. Although maliit pa lang siya at this point, but for me, I really feel na talagang napakagandang tignan ng ating Thai Constellation. How much more na kaya kung naging mature na ito. And ito naman, I got this one, I think more than a month na from one of the plant sellers lang din galing ng Mindanao at the price of 13,000 pesos. And according din sa ating seller, this is a locally grown na Thai Constellation. And by the way, yung mga Thai Constellations pala na binibenta ngayon sa plant market na mga maliliit pa, I believe that they are tissue cultured and are imported. Either they're coming from Thailand or from Holland. So that's it guys, that would be our episode for today, our mini garden tour featuring our Anthurium and Monstera collections. And I certainly hope na nag-enjoy kayo sa ating episode today. And before we end our video, let us do our shoutouts. Shoutout kay Ma'am Anita Uy, hi to Ma'am Ophelia Shobal, hi din kay Ma'am Vimine Artus, shoutout also kay Ma'am Virginia Roque, shoutout na rin kay Evelyn Aldave, shoutout also to John Ray Sikuan, hi then to Cherry Veloria, shoutout also to Joanne Montinola, shoutout again kay Ma'am Eva Claydon, hi to Ma'am Connie Marasigan, shoutout na rin kay Angelo Batan, shoutout also to Ines Galzote, shoutout also to Ma'am Tessie Dizon, and shoutout kay Ma'am Marie Annabelle. So guys, if you happen to like our videos, please don't forget to like and share to your families, friends, and loved ones. At kung bago ka pa lang sa ating channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell notification para maging updated kayo sa mga latest uploads ng Bechoy Vlog. Once again, this is Bechoy, your plantito from Mindanao. Happy planting!